Feel the fundy breeze up here.
Okay, go ahead, pull forward. Well, look at this. That's the Bay of Fundy right out the window. We got a beautiful end spot here looking directly at the Bay of Fundy. That's pretty cool. So right behind our RV is this trail right out by the Bay of Fundy that actually leads to the Hopewell Rocks.
And you can walk to the ocean floor from here. We hear it is maybe a couple miles, takes 30-40 minutes each way. So that would be a fun way to not even have to move your vehicle. You just go on foot and spend a nice morning or afternoon, depending on the tide time you want to hit the low tide. So I think we're going to end up driving later, but it's really nice to have options right out of your front door.
They call this area the salt marsh, and there is a ton of bugs, mosquitoes, as you would imagine in areas like this. So this morning, after our driver's meeting, we're all lined up and we're heading to Hopewell Rocks. We're right on the Bay of Fundy, home to the largest tides, and that's what's special about these Hopewell Rocks, right?
Yes, and it looks beautiful. And we can't wait to get on the ocean floor, walking the ocean floor, see these rocks up close and personal. And it's a sunny day today. It's hot. It's gonna be 80 degrees today.
So typically you want to visit these rocks twice. Once at low tide, which we're going to now, and that's where we're gonna walk the ocean floor. So because the tides are so great here, it literally rushes all of the water out, and these rocks, or flower pots as sometimes they're described as, you get to actually walk right up to them and explore the whole ocean floor. Then part two, we're gonna come back later today when the tide is high, the water is up, and we're gonna get in kayaks and do the exact same thing and explore those rocks. So we're staying at the Ponderosa Pines campground here in New Brunswick, Canada, and the short 10-minute drive to Hopewell Rocks is right down the road.
We're standing at the Hopewell Cape ocean floor during low tide, and behind us you can see our very first glimpse of the sea stacks, also called the flower pots. And it's going to be really fun when we come back during high tide, and we're gonna be in this exact same spot, only not on foot, we're gonna be in kayaks. So some of these rocks actually resemble certain shapes or objects, and they've received names. And behind me is mother-in-law, and you can see her wide neck. You can see this way the profile of her nose and her face with her hair behind her. So that's really cool. I can really see a woman's profile on this.
So the legend says you have to kiss underneath the rocks and you'll be together for an eternity.
So it's not a true sea stack until it is completely separated from the main land and isolated on its own. You can see behind me there is one almost born sea stack, but it's not quite there. If you look up top, there's about a 10-foot section of rock that is still attaching it to the main land. But everybody's eyes are on this piece because it is the next one to come. Here's a quick lesson on how to read the lines on the rock. So at the very base of the rock, you can see the grassy looking seaweed with the pods on it. That's where the low tides are going to be hit because those seaweeds always need to be covered by water in order to stay that way. And then the next step up, you can see the moss line. That's where your average high tide is going to hit. And then up above there, when you have your highest of the high tides, that's where the rock is starting to carve. So you have the carving line, then you have the moss line, and then you have the seaweed line, depending on where the high tide hits. Inside of these bladder rock pods, there is a substance that is a lot similar in consistency to aloe vera. And in there is the substance. It's used in a lot of food products, it's used in a lot of cosmetic products, and it's very common, it's safe, and it was cool to see our tour guide pop it open. She actually rubbed it all over her face, and she joked that it kept her looking 82 years young. We've made our way to the end of the walk on the ocean floor. You can see behind me the rock is blocking any future path to keep moving, and you can see the emergency platform in case people get stuck here. Now the interpreters that work here do a pretty good job of wearing bright colors and trying to push people into the right direction, but once in a while some people have gotten stuck. Now we're gonna walk back as we've made our way, and it was a really great walk, but the tide will start coming back in, so it's time to get moving. We were warned of the current conditions, which is 3-foot waves, and they have the potential to go up to 4 to 5 feet. So with that condition warning, we did lose a handful of people that were going to go on the kayaking trip, and our size of the team kind of shrunk down a little bit. And I gotta admit, it put my nerves up a little, but I am excited. I'm never ever going to have another opportunity that I know of to go kayaking in the Bay of Fundy.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, it's just like steering an RV. If you want to go to the right, you paddle left, and if you want to go to the left, you paddle right. Right?
Here we go!
It's not too bad, I promise. It's warm.
Thank you. Okay. Alright. Let's get into motion, right? Left, right, left. So we got a lot of big waves out here, like we said. Chris is a little nervous.
I'm nervous. Oh my goodness.
We haven't got wet yet, but it's rolling. So there's the ramp that we walked down this morning. You can see the water is all the way up to it. And this is definitely high tide.
It is tricky.
This
is where we are walking.
Yep, this is exactly where we were walking. Here's the close-up view of the mother-in-law. Looks a little different.
You can see a little bit more of the shrubs on top at this level, huh?
Eh?
The 46 degrees we have to get up there. Wow. We're kind of about halfway through the tide cycle, and then that means the lowest. When we come back to, we'll probably land somewhere in this.
Left, left. Hey!
We did it!
Oh! Did you feel that?
Yeah.
The waves are getting big now. This is a tight one. Ooh! So here starts the journey around the corner. We have no idea what's over here. Our earlier tour did not go this way by foot. I don't think you could. Oh yeah, look at all those rocks.
I don't know. I was in a very tippy boat. That's the first time in that boat.
Ooh.
Hey, this is my skincare.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
That was the quickest 90 minutes of my life. It was very fun. It was really awesome to be in the same spot that we were standing and walking earlier today. I was a little scared over nothing because we didn't tip over. One person in our group did tip over, but we were perfectly safe the whole time.
And she was a guide.
And it was a guide that tipped over. We even were able to surf on some waves, which was really fun. We just caught them and went ring. It was cool.
At least that's what it felt like. I don't know how fast we were going.
The wing?
Yeah, the wing! Wing! So tide is just starting to go back out, just enough around these rocks that we can walk around them. You can see people are trying to make their way around to continue walking, and they have to wait for the tide to keep going out.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's like the victory walk, the victory march back up the hill.
Ever wonder where the name Irene Iron Travels comes from? It's actually named after my online fitness and nutrition coaching business, Irene Iron Fitness. I help people move better, feel better, and eat better with strength training and real food. No fad diets, no harsh restrictions, no counting calories, and absolutely no processed food in a package. If you want to get stronger and feel better at any age, check the description below for the links with my new client special, or join in on our next and upcoming group challenge.